Telkom, controlled by the South African government, provides fixed fibre and mobile services.
Yeah, a recovery story under CEO Sipho Maseko. In fact, it's probably the best state-controlled corporation by a country mile, because, you know, you're comparing it to Eskom, SAA, SABC.
Oh, it is all relative, isn't it?
Yeah, well
Market
done.
cap here, 34.4 billion rand, price to earnings ratio of 9 and a dividend yield of almost 6.5%. Did you call Telkom correctly?
No, I haven't been in Telkom at all, except, of course, you know, at the time when they unbundled Vodacom. And then, I mean, a lot of us just basically sold the Telkom holding and held on to
let's have a look at the share price graph.
It's a pity actually it's only a 5-year chart, because if you go back for a 10-year chart, you will see that it had a disastrous period where it was writing off lots of value after that Vodacom unbundling. But it really picked up its game in 2013, 2014, stabilized the business.
And stabilized being the operative term, because it hasn't really done much from 2015 through to 2017.
There is a concern about top-line growth, and that is because obviously voice, fixed-line telephone, old-school dial-up, you know, that's a declining business. Even ADSL is a bit of a declining business, because people are either going with high-speed Wi-Fi type connections or fibre, which they're part of, but not the only one of. Yeah.
Yes, but I understand that English. So look. The bottom line is, you've got to decide now: is it worth going into Telkom, or are we going to languish around these levels and there's not much value creation?
I think you've got to look at why we went from 20 rand to sort of 60, 65, 66 rand where it is at the moment. And it's largely because of, you know, they address some of the costs in the business. They cut the staff quite considerably. You know, they've divided the business, I think, into 4 or 5 units now: a property company, an infrastructure company. It's a fair amount of sort of balance sheet, but, you know, cost-cutting initiatives that have given rise to the growth that we're seeing. You know, fundamentally, they're the smallest of 4 operators in South Africa, okay? And I don't really think South Africa can accommodate 4 operators. I mean, the US, at over 260 million, has got 4 operators, you know? So between Vodacom and MTN, they cover the entire country. They've got over 60 million subscribers, and there's 50 million people, including babies, in the country, right? So for Telkom for its mobile business to break into there, they're going to have to do a lot of work, and I can't see them doing that at this stage. You know, there's a hell of a lot of money that they have to spend on infrastructure to gain market share.
And as you rightly point out, the capital misallocation decisions that we saw coming out of Telkom, Haita, etc., etc. Exactly.
Look, I don't know whether it's possible from a competition point of view, but the best thing that could happen to this company is that either MTN or Vodacom buys them, because the value of the backhaul network that they own significantly exceeds the market cap of the company. So that's because it's been built for, you know, generations and generations before. But of course that would raise concentration concerns. So I don't know if that's likely to happen. For me, I'm going to go not hot on it, because it feels to me a little bit like a bond with a high yield but with growth problems, which is a bit of a disappointment. Stock has done fine though. I mean, you've got to hand it to them.
Sipho's not going to be too excited about that description.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Paul on this one. I think the top line, the revenue is the one that we're really looking at, and we haven't seen that you know, the potential for that to grow.
So not hot on Telkom.